So the day has come, actually the day was yesterday. Razer has finally announced what they've told us they've been working on for a very long time now, and it is not a true legitimate successor to what we thought was one of the most popular gaming mice, the Viper Mini, and rather the Viper Mini Signature Edition, which is our dream mouse, has just been surpassed. For those who dare want it all, arm yourself with a masterpiece that outclasses. So it looks like I was wrong, and Razer was indeed going for a balls out, balls to the wall version of the Viper Mini, and the community is not quite happy, not happy at all, really. And there's been quite a bit of backlash regarding the Viper Mini Signature Edition. I have never been more upset about being wrong than I am now, right? I held out hope. I was holding out hope. I thought the mouse, the skeletal mouse, wasn't going to be real. Not because I don't like this. I'll talk about that in a second. I don't mind this. Look, I think it looks pretty neat. Just that the community very much has said that this is not what they're after. The Viper Mini is a relatively low-cost gaming mouse from a very reputable company, Razer. Yeah, $40. Now, it's a wired mouse. It was $40, I thought, was the release price of the Viper Mini, if I'm not mistaken. And that was kind of unheard of from Razer at the time. Right? Or was it like $50? Original price of Viper Mini. Yeah, $50 or less. So it's obvious. So the community wanted a reasonably priced, we'll call it $100. If the standard version releases at $50, we'll call it about $100 for a Viper Mini wireless. And what we got, or what they got, because like I said, not me specifically. The idea of a low-cost Viper Mini is not marketed towards me, somebody who's got drawers full of mice. But so many gamers, so many people have been asking for a relatively decently priced Viper Mini wireless. And specifically on things like Reddit, Razer has been saying, oh, it's coming, we promise it's coming. They started leaking things not too long ago. They said things like, we promise it's coming, we promise there's big news is coming. Certain reviewers have been telling people to, quote, hold off on trying out other mice because something big was coming. And then they announce the Signature Edition, which is a $300 magnesium alloyed skeletal frame deluxe edition Viper Mini. What? What are you talking about? I do not hate this. I don't mind it. I think it's a cool thing. I still have questions though, because when you looking at comments from people, only to get screwed. Yeah, I think today is the last day of Razer for me. GG, if they really cared or catered to this niche, they should or would have released alternatives first rather than this monstrosity. Not to mention, they accomplished the goal of using magnesium holes on a mouse. Not to mention, they accomplished the goal of using magnesium and holes on a $280 mouse for it not to be lighter than a Lamzu Atlantis Mini, which is less than a third of the price. No kidding, late to the game while copying everyone else, making excuses and claims such as listening to the community, yet strung everyone along and dropped this BS instead. If larger mice are so much more in demand or popular, then why don't your asses drop a Signature DA or Viper? Give us a normal wireless Mini. don't give a fuck if you use Orochi internals even. All the other shit is probably recycled anyway. The Viper V2 Pro was also half-assed cheap feeling. I don't know that I agree with that last sentiment, but I do agree with this other part. Razer has been trying to put out fires specifically on Reddit. I want to find the comment. And this is not Razer Right. I see Razer Right pop up on the forums a lot of times. They're obviously just doing their job, so this is obviously not criticism of the person in general. They likely have no, they're just trying to interface with the community. They have no direct, they cannot control Razer and tell them, hey, man, you better make a Viper Mini. So it's Razer the company, not this person themselves. Razer has been saying for a while the magnesium. Is that actually? I don't think that is, though. Twice. That magnesium make things lighter than ABS plastics. Okay, I don't know. I want to find. So one of the reasons Razer has been giving for quite a long time now as to what is taking so long about a Viper Mini wireless. It's been multiple years, and one of the biggest reasons given is this one, and this doesn't make sense to me. This is all starting to like crumble. Okay. Keep in mind, this sub is a niche group asking for certain things. We try to comply, but we can't build out our entire roadmap around it. Fine. That's fine. Okay? So this niche group, Reddit, there are other places, but we're going to use Reddit. What they're asking for is a decently priced, so we'll call it around $100, maybe 120. But what's the Orochi goes for like it's like $70, right? Yeah, okay. So a decently priced Viper Mini wireless, a budget version. I don't like using that term because $70, even $50 isn't budget for a lot of people. So a decently priced Viper Mini wireless. That's what this niche group is asking for. Oh, okay. And they're saying they can't build their whole roadmap around it. Okay. So then why would they release a signature edition using that shape? Why not release like the Viper, their flagship mouse, or the Death Adder? The Death Adder, literally like one of the best-selling gaming mice of all time. I don't understand it. They're releasing a shape that now the shape itself might not be niche. But that's still, it just doesn't make any sense, right? Who's asking for this super expensive version of a Viper Mini? I don't know anybody. All like, okay, you say this a 4K hertz wireless option with all the bells and whistles. I remember answering. I wanted to. Then I realized this mouse was about to get hella delayed. I think the outcry comes from the expectation of the Viper Mini brand. A high-end, expensive model for enthusiasts is fine. I agree. The problem is that this is the first impression of a highly anticipated, long-awaited successor of a great budget mouse. This is the literal antithesis of what the Viper Mini was. If you have other models, that's great, but why show this first? Just wait until you can offer both products at the same time. I also agree with this. I think they should have at a bare minimum, release the budget version first, but release them both at the same time. Because I don't. We have a ton of mice in development at the same time. We have more resources than many. We still have limits. But there was a big demand to release this ASAP. Holding this won't bring the other one any faster, but of course, those waiting for lower price point options are disappointed. There was a big demand to release this ASAP. From who? Show me. Please show me. I want to meet this person. I'll wait. Ain't gonna sell. Let's work on the Viper V3. Yeah, I defend companies like Razer. I get downvoted into oblivion. And even I really can't defend. I have a hard time defending this because they were marketing this. They were posting on things like Reddit and Twitter and sort of teasing this thing out to these people, to the people who are upset now. And then they say, "Oh no, this isn't for you." What? This feels like to me, this feels like Razer is upset that a company like Final Mouse is beating them out in terms of like price point. Because like not even so the most recent Final Mouse, the Last Legend, is not even going for the price of the Signature Edition. Now, there's other things there. There's the centerpiece thing, the blah, 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 but still pretty interesting. It feels like Razer was upset that they don't command the highest price in the market and wanted to release something with magnesium, with holes. But the problem there is that the people who like Final Mouse are not the people who like the Viper Mini. Or rather would want a Viper Mini. Now, personally, I like it. I wish it was just a standard Viper. The idea of releasing like a flagship sort of like special edition or signature edition in this case, as almost like I would put this, I would likely put this on display. You know, whether or not I would use it. I do like the Viper Mini shape. But this display box, like, yeah, this feels like old Razer to me, right? This feels like straight up Mamba Razer. Hold on. Like that display, this huge display thing. I don't know. So, no, the original Mamba, 2009, I think it was. Yeah, look at that with the dock. Like, but the box it came in, was it $200 or was it 150 USD when this thing came out? So this is old Razer, right? This is Razer at their height. Look at this thing. Here you go. Look at that. Not as nice. I don't think it's as nice, absolutely, but this is old Razer that like they want their devices obviously to be the top of the line, best things in the world. And I'm not saying their tech is their tech absolutely is. I think with the 4K dongle and everything, the at the moment, the Viper V2 is hands down one of the best mice you can buy, especially for the money. Like, if you got, what is it, about $200, you want to drop $200 on a mouse, go ahead. But Razer was doing so good. So they used to release stuff like this, and kind of over time, they could sort of get away with it. They had the best tech, but over time, more and more companies started picking up. Logitech started taking away, the G Pro wireless. That was 2018. Razer wasn't top dog anymore. So they had to pull back, and they started giving the community what they wanted, the original Viper Ultimate, right? Came with a dock, so it gave you features. So we'll compare the two major players, right? The Logitech G Pro Superlight. Oh, no, not even. G Pro Wireless was $150 at that time, and the Viper Ultimate. They beat out Logitech in cost, Logitech in cost. They beat them out in weight. They beat them out in features. And everybody was thrilled. Couldn't be happier. Then they released the Viper Mini for $50, and people were like, oh my God. But then over the time, this is what you talk about when missing the mark, right? Because then everybody started right? There's always such this love-hate relationship with Razer, right? Everybody, it's cool to hate on them. Their stuff's overpriced. It breaks, blah, 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 blah. And then they started doing things that people liked. And then all of a sudden they just decide, I don't know if it's because now that they have the goodwill of the public back. I don't know. Will I be getting one of these? Likely, yes, because I do like it. Do I think people have a right to be upset? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm one of those proponents that people have been always saying, it's not so hard. What? Just take the Viper internals and put them in a Viper Mini. I'm always quick to defend a company like Razer by saying it's not as easy as you think it is. It isn't as easy as just taking the internals from the Viper V2 and slapping it in a Viper Mini shell. It's not that easy. But what I will say is that it isn't that much harder. Like, it if that makes any sense. No, it's not as easy as just going, bloop. But it's not like it's like, oh my God, we have to read it, So at this point, it's difficult to understand why there is no normally priced Viper Mini wireless other than Razer just missing the mark. I think, does the final mouse, right? The internals are the same. Final mouse did it. Right? I'm maybe you guys can tell me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure the internals between the small and the medium final mouse are pretty spot on. I think they're identical. So, like, I defend the hell out of Final Mouse, and people yell at me and say, oh, they're a bad company. But they've been doing this for years. And now Razer has confirmed that, like, the magnesium shell sort of thing is, like, the future of gaming. Or, well, maybe not the future, but, they confirmed that this is, like, the absolute best version of a gaming mouse you can have. See, that's the thing. I think the original Viper Ultimate, they didn't want to release a mouse with holes because they didn't want to admit that they didn't want to confirm that something like this, that Final Mouse was doing things well, right? They didn't want to admit that this was like the next big thing. And they did. They turned things around. They showed us that you could do a closed shell design. But now they turn around and say, oh no, the best version of that is a skeletal frame. Now, there are some technology-based reasons for this. This is all kind of rumor, and this is my interpretation of it. But when Final Mouse released the first Starlights, it was announced a magnesium shell, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people, I don't understand why people got mad about this. I don't understand how people didn't know about this, but the bottom is plastic. And the reason for that is so that the signal, the wireless signal, can get out. You couldn't, if you had an entire metal cage, the signal would be too bad. So you can't do things like that. You can't make an entirely a mouse made out of full metal. I don't understand why that bothered people. That made sense to me. I think Final Mouse did a great, like the things like the color matching. Is really great, right? This one, but and then the Phantom, but oh, dude, the Pegasus, like the color matching. Oh, I miss my Pegasus. I need to break this one out more. The color matching on this between like things like that, dude, are things that get me. Hold on. The color matching between the plastic and the metal, I just thought it was so cool. That's irrelevant, though. That's pointless to talk about right now. But anyway, so that the reason as to why this Viper Signature Edition has holes in it has less to do about the design or lightweight, and rather has to do with making sure the wireless signal can get out of the body. But they advertise it as, see, a superior weight reduction. A stronger material is more suited for aggressive weight reduction while retaining maximum build strength. An icon on full display. So they're marketing, whatever. It as like, it's more of like a display piece, the internals. That's why it has the skeletal frame, which I think is a cool idea. But to release this and to announce it as like, oh, guys, just wait. It's coming. It's coming. And then to release this. No, take the Orochi internals, put it in a Viper Mini shape. It's been multiple years, guys. I've loved Razer. I bought the first mouse they ever released, the Razer Boomslang. I'm pretty sure I had to send a mail order away. It took months to get it. I wanted to play Quake 3 so bad. Whoo! I thought I was the cool. It came in this cool fucking tin. Oh, it was amazing. I love that thing so much. I'm pretty sure it's still at my parents' house. I want to buy another one just to have it. I love this thing so much. I love Razer so much. Since the release of the Boomslang, in one form or another, I've had a Razer product on my desk, whether it was one of their mice, sometimes a mat, a keyboard. I love them. I think they're great. I think without them, we don't have the markets, the communities that we have now. But I think it's time. I think now you really there are rumors floating that we're gonna get some kind of a new Boomslang. We get a Boomslang Signature Edition. Sign me the F up for that. I'm there. I'll throw down $300 for some kind of like display Razer boom slang that I can hang on my wall. I'm so down for that. A Death Adder. Boom, dude. Yes. $500. I'll give you $500 for that. But not a Viper Mini. Sorry. Well, let me be clear. I'm probably going to buy it anyway, but I feel bad. I feel real bad for the people who've been waiting. And I think it's going to finally push a lot of people over the edge to go with something like a Lamzu or the Pulsar, which, speaking of which, for all those that waited that are going to refuse to pay that large amount of money, might I suggest the Pulsar X2 Mini. This is a normal-sized version of it, but I'm a big fan of this thing. 3395 sensor, optical switches in this one. Oh, I think the standard edition doesn't have optical switches, but this thing's killer for $100. It really is an incredible mouse. I think you can get them at Lethal Gaming Gear if you're in the U.S. or Max Gaming. Max Gaming is a UK-based company, but they ship internationally. Their shipping is super fast. They had this to me in like 3 days. So Lamzu Atlantis, I think the Mini is up for sale. But other than that, I think it's going to push a lot of people away and finally give up hope for the Viper Mini. And then they're going to release it, and people are going to be upset, and they're going to say, oh, well, nobody wants it. I wish I was wrong, guys. I wish I wasn't wrong. But it is what it is. I've been going for like 30 minutes now. I think I'm just speechless, so I'm going to cut it off here. Stay tuned for my next video in the next probably few days. I got a couple of more standard videos that I've done that are getting ready to come out. So I will catch you guys in the next one.